just wanna play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long. 'Cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. When you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
Hello, Celebration Center, and welcome. My name is Stephanie Snow. I'm a board member here at the Celebration Center, and this morning I am your host. I want to advise you this gathering is being recorded and will be available online. We have a wonderful service planned for you. Please join me in thanking our awesome tech crew today, who is Ivor. Yay, Ivor! This is his job, for better or worse, is not going to be taken over by AI. I'll tell you that right now. Our practitioner today is Rich Kurashevitz. And our speaker today is Jen Fay. Yay. And Lynn is offering our music today. So please welcome Lynn for our opening song.
I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, I dance my joy, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, I dance my joy, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love into the world. Thank you, Lynn. My name is Rich Kurashevitz, and I'm a retired licensed practitioner at this center. There are green prayer cards over on the side table. You can put them into the basket. You can go to the website to request a prayer. And the Ministry of Prayer will pray all week, every day, over your requests. You can also ask a practitioner for prayer and for a 1-minute miracle after the end of service. Please say our purpose together with me. Celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Today's reading is from the Science of Mind magazine, October 14, 2012, by Ernest Holmes. Love is the lodestone of life, the great and supreme reality. Love is the highest gift of heaven, the greatest good on earth, and the treasure of all our search. It is the end and aim of everything. Affirm, today my life goes out to all people and things.
There is no fear in this love, for perfect love casts out all fear. There is no doubt in this love, for faith penetrates all doubt and reveals a unity at the center of everything that embraces all things. And I realize that the love flowing through, in, and around me and all things is one vast, all enveloping essence and force forever emanating from the living God. I invite you to enter the sacred time in our service with a three-part breath. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Feel how you are supported by your chair and the ground beneath your feet as you deepen your breath and bring your awareness to the present moment. Allow everything else, the worries, concerns, to do lists, and busyness to fall away as you simply relax in the now. Focus on your heart center, the secret place of the Most High within. And so we pray. God is the one power, one presence, one mind, one life. God is all there is. God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. There is not God and something else. I am that I am. I and God are one. I am an individualized expression of God and in unity with the one power, one presence, one mind, and one life. I am perfect, whole, and complete. And just as I am perfect, whole, and complete, each and every one is perfect, whole, complete, eternal, and immortal. I declare that my words spoken in faith into the law of good is the word of God. I know that what we declare is made manifest. I declare that love is the lodestone in our lives and it guides, leads, and directs our actions for the highest good and greatest yet to be for all. I know that when we ask, we receive, for it is done unto us as we believe. I know that when we go within and raise our consciousness as we listen to the still small voice, we are divinely guided, directed, led, and protected in all we do. We experience the peace that passeth all understanding. It is in the knowing of the highest and best for all concerned that God and good are manifested. I'm so very grateful for the one life and our unity with it. I am grateful for divine guidance that my word manifests and manifests perfectly. I am so very grateful for the truth and the law of good, as this is what sets us free. I am grateful for the blessings of love that surround us and are always available, for the gift has already been made and only awaits our acceptance. And I release my word unto the law, where it is already known in the mind of God, and it will not return unto me void. I do give thanks that this is so, and so it is.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to share this song called Loving Kindness, which is based on a Buddhist prayer.
May all be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May all be peaceful and at ease. And may all be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Rich. Now is the time for our community greeting. So if you would like to participate, please turn to your neighbor and tell them you can do handshakes, hugs, or just prayer pose. I see God in you, and I see good in you. Those of you watching at home, I see God in you. I see good in you. And now we have a treat for you. Jen Fay is going to bless us with her wonderful wisdom and awakened awareness. Please welcome with me, Jen.
Good morning. Good morning. So, welcome. Before I dive into the topic of the week, I wanted to tell you about a few things that are inspiring me and bringing a sense of peace, reassurance, and have you ever been, watching something and then on YouTube, and then, you go away and you come back and it's like the next thing that's in the queue is up, or maybe it's way, it just kept playing. That happened to me maybe, I don't know how long, but maybe 4 months ago, 6 months ago. It happened to me at the right time. It happened to me at the exact time that I needed some sort of inspiration and reassurance. Crazy world today. And this, what I found, is grounding me to my bones. I'm so grateful. And it's something I've never really dabbled in deeply. And some of you may give me the thumbs down about it. And I don't really care because science of mind philosophy encourages us to be open at the top. Yes. Open at the top means we explore new ideas, old ideas. We follow the thread of what inspires us. And that's what happened to me. And I'm so glad that I did. So there's a woman called Pam Gregory. Some of you know her. I think there was somebody I talked to that knows about her. Yes. And she's an astrologer. She's been doing this for a long, long time. And we have been in a very unique and unusual time astrologically. The alignment of the planets is rare. And when things related to the planets, when there's rare alignments, that means they're very potent. So we are in a potent time, and we are coming into what I heard her say today. She put out a video this week. And, a lot of times she's very technical. I mean, astrology is a science. And, she'll say, well, this planet's squaring this planet, and all of that stuff is right over my head. I really don't understand it. Maybe one day I will, but at the moment, what I listen for are the gleams of what it means, not so much the way they're aligned. But I am, over time, you pick up things. So, but she put out a video this week that is less technical and less things that go over my head and more about what it all means. And I was so grateful. And so humanity, there have been civilizations, indigenous populations that have been talking about this for eons, that we are in this time of transformation. And coming, she said December, January are really potent for expanding consciousness. And we're talking about all of humanity kind of expansion. So this is big. This is really big. And there's going to be waves of energy coming upon the planet. And everyone will receive those waves. They may receive them differently, of course, because we're all individuals. But I'm just telling you this to pay attention. And the new moon yesterday was very potent in new moons are always about new beginnings. And so, she really stressed to set your intentions, hold that vision of what you want, because right now there's a lot of supportive energy for new things, innovation, and just desires. Let's see, is there anything else I want to tell you about that? But in December, January, we should start really feeling it. And it's such a beautiful way for me to focus on that and the potentiality of what's coming and how it may affect my life and my desires and everyone's desires, and the ability to come together and find common ground and unity. It just feels sort of perfect. And there's not a lot of things that feel very perfect ever really. And we're going to talk about perfection. So I wanted to tell you that. The other thing that is kind of blowing my mind a bit is Deepak Chopra talked about, he was on the special that Oprah did, I don't know, that was probably over a year ago, about artificial intelligence. And she was talking about all of the good that artificial intelligence is going to bring, especially like in the field of medicine and, just making life easier for us. And I know people are starting to experiment with it. And because Deepak Chopra was on that program and he talked about that AI has access to all of the wisdom of all the teachers of the past. And this morning I thought, well, and he's very good about helping you figure out the best prompt, the best question to ask, because that's huge. That's actually a really amazing skill to ask the right question. And I'm sure you all have experienced that in just a Google search. If you change the way you say it, you get different results. So he has written a book called Digital Dharma, and it's all about guiding us to use artificial intelligence for spiritual development, personal development, and so you can ask AI, coming from the place of a wise guru or Jesus. So this morning I asked about, well, if Jesus was still on the planet, or if Jesus was alive today, what would Jesus say about rugged individualism? It was very interesting answer. Jesus was about helping the poor, helping those in need, building community. Now that may not be a surprise to anyone, but it was, well, that's all I'll say. That's all I'm going to say about that. I also asked if Ernest Holmes was still alive today, what would he say about rugged individualism? And Ernest Holmes was about self-reliance, but he recognized the oneness, that we are all connected, that we're all part of that one mind, and the community matters. So anyway, that I just wanted to share that with you. There was one other thing. I think Lynn is on video today, and she is bringing a song, because she told me about this, and I went out and printed out the lyrics. I'm not going to read them all, but it's I invite you to, well, you'll be able to hear the song, but so I went online, I went to YouTube, the songwriter is Tom Prasada Rao. Just a beautiful soul. He has been here, I think, twice. Beautiful soul. He's no longer on the planet, but he taught on his YouTube videos. He will say a few words about the inspiration behind the song. And for this song, which is coming up after my talk, it's called "Even You." He was at a protest, and this was in 2020. I should have looked at the month. But he was at a protest, and he saw someone holding a protest sign that said, "Sacrifice the weak." And I thought, well, that's a really weird thing. I mean, like, I don't really get it. I mean, I get what it could mean, but I thought, no, it can't mean what I think it means. So anyway, he wrote a song to the person that was holding that protest sign. So when we get there, maybe I'll remind you that. All right. So the theme for this month, for this week, is the challenges of loving, and I'm applying that to a world that works for everyone, which requires love. So when you think about love, and I think even a few weeks ago, Reverend Ray talked about self-love. You know, Jesus said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." Okay, so how much do you love yourself? It's a challenge. It's a challenge to love ourselves because we're human, and we want to do our best, and we try to do our best, and yet we often come up short. And the other challenging piece of that dynamic is we're wired to look for what's wrong in ourselves and in others. And that it's a survival thing, to just keep aware of what's wrong here. What do I need to be aware of for my own safety, my own survival? Doesn't apply as much today, but we're still wired that way. And so when you come up short, you miss the mark. That is the actual definition of sin, is to miss the mark. It means that you did maybe you did your best, but it just wasn't what you wanted. You came up short. And so you can think about why you can't give yourself grace, why you can't cut yourself some slack, why you can't love yourself even with those imperfections. There is something, not to blame anyone, but there is something about, when you were a kid, the way that you were treated could have had a big impact on the way you see yourself today. Even still, you may not feel worthy. And so I just want to underline this statement. No one is perfect by design. Let's say that together. No one is perfect by design. We're not meant to be perfect. And that is a good thing to know. I mean, you might not see that as a good thing because you want to be perfect. But if everyone was perfect, what would we be working on? I mean, what would there be to do? Would we all just be celebrating because everything's good? I don't know. But it is definitely not the way the universe was designed. And so let's also think about societal norms. When people are different, they're not necessarily embraced. They can be shunned. They can be judged. And so let's say together, my family and my society don't get to determine my worth. My family and my society don't get to determine my worth. And so hopefully with just that realization, just cutting yourself slack, I say to myself often, I'm being so human today. I'm making mistakes. I'm screwing things up. Oh my, am I being human today? And it's an acknowledgement that I'm being who I am and cutting myself slack. So if your intention in a situation or just your way of being in the world is to be kind, and you get upset about something and then, you fall short on it, you could apologize, you could start over. And you could ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? So just pausing, just kind of reflecting and saying, okay, what's going on here? Something has pushed my button. Something has caused me to respond, not actually caused me to react rather than respond. So response is more thoughtful. Reaction is, you're just reacting. You're not thinking about it. And sometimes you may need some self-soothing. Do you know how to soothe yourself? Do you have a breath that you do? Do you look at the sky? Do you get out in nature? What makes you feel more peaceful? Can you give yourself some compassion? Does this situation need a light heart? Feeling light, coming to it with a lightness, not taking everything so seriously. Do you listen to yourself? Do you ever journal? Do you ever pay attention to the thoughts flowing through your mind? Talking to your higher self for guidance. Just listening. So I think it's helpful to realize that we're not perfect, we're not meant to be perfect, and that we will have challenges in every area of life. It's just the way it is. And so, yes, there's times when we won't feel well. Our physical bodies will be off, out of balance. There's times when we may not feel clear in our thinking. You know, maybe we didn't get enough sleep, and so we're just kind of in a fog. Maybe there's times when we feel upset, sad, grieving. It's all part of being human. It's all natural. It's all normal. There may be times when we feel disconnected even from our spiritual selves. And again, how do you get grounded? How do you bring yourself back to that place where you feel centered? So it's about shifting perspective. And one of the amazing gifts that we have as humans is our capacity to shift perspective, to see things from more than one angle, to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, to, just look at something in more than one way. And that ability really is that gift to be able to shift perspectives. It reveals something amazing about us humans, that we are very complex, that we have that ability, that we can see it one way and we can see it another way. And we can see it this way and that way. We can see it so many different ways. And some people, maybe they don't like complexity. And so what about thinking about the imperfections and the complexity in a way that intrigues you, like coming to it with curiosity? Oh, isn't that interesting? Often when I make a mistake, I'll say, oh, isn't that interesting? Rather than beating up on myself. That's not helpful. Isn't that interesting? So complexity can bring a sense of awe. I mean, there's things that are complex that, just like astrology, the complexity of looking at planets and how they're aligned and what it all means, that's like beyond my comprehension at the moment. But I'm sure if I spent time with it, I could learn it. And so the complexity of life, which we all experience and sometimes challenges us, is divine order. It's supposed to be complex. And occasionally we get glimpses of that divine order in a way that feels good, that feels like, oh, it's that awe. When the pieces start to come together, when we see things falling into place, or when we understand something that was beyond us before, we can feel this sense of awe, even just the complexity and simplicity of nature, the beauty. Nature is very complex. We are just scratching the surface of understanding how everything fits together, and ecosystems, and why trees live much longer in the forest than in the backyard. So loving ourselves, our complex, imperfect selves, is a gift. I had the biggest shift in that area during practitioner training when I read the book, This Thing Called You, because it really got into the divinity within each human and within me. And so if I'm a divine being, and I believe I am, I'm an expression of the divine, and I'm imperfect, but I'm an expression of the divine. You would think an expression of the divine would be perfect, right? That's what we want. But that's not the way it is. So finding some peace around that is helpful. then we get into the loving others piece. But if you find your way to be at peace with yourself and love yourself, recognize your imperfections, give yourself grace, all of that, you can love each other, you can love others way more easily, because you can see yourself in them. And there's all kinds of good reasons, that we don't love other people. We may have been hurt. We may be scared. We may, it may be just uncomfortable. We don't know who they are. We don't know if we can trust them. And so most people, in a spiritual community can probably embrace the spiritual love. They can probably say, yes, from a spiritual perspective, I can love all humans, even the ones that you don't like. But it's that liking piece, right? Can we like everyone? And I'm not saying you have to, but just consider, if you consider someone that, you're not crazy about, but if you sat down and spent time with that person and heard their story, heard about their life, heard about their difficulties, their challenges, it might shift something to a more compassionate feeling. You might find that there's some common difficulties that you've experienced. I mean, everyone by a certain age has experienced grief, a loss of some kind. So that's something that we all share. There was a story that I heard long ago about a spiritual teacher. I can't remember who this was, but he said that with any time he had these workshops, and he would always, in the beginning, the first thing he did was put people in pairs, and suggested they share something about themselves, about their life that was difficult, or something that happened that was really hard but meaningful. Just something that kind of stands out for them, that this was a hard time for me, that kind of thing. And he realized that it is sort of a big ask, especially like a workshop where not everybody knows everybody. In this community, I think that would probably be fairly easy. But what he found was, when people share their pain, or it could be maybe a shortcoming within themselves, something that really bothers them about themselves, or it was open to anything that they could share. The energy shifted in the room, and people felt more connected. So we have this, as a spiritual being, we're this vast, expansive being in this little human body. And there are times when that spiritual being, that is where I find my grace and feel grounded. And it's wonderful when I can get into that space. But I'm really coming to think that it's easier to connect on the human level, because that spiritual level, and this could change in a year with what's coming, but the difficulties. I mean, yes, we do. We have successes and we have joys and we celebrate those. But I don't know that at least from my perspective, I'm not sure that the joys are as impacting as the challenges, because it's the challenges that can affect our quality of life. So why would we be unwilling to share about our imperfections, about our difficulties? Well, there's a lot of good reasons. Historically, we may still be stuck in the myth of rugged individualism. That's why I was asking the AI as Jesus and as Ernest Holmes, what would they say about rugged individualism? It is a myth about our ability to rise up on our own without any help from others. It is a myth. And even in the past, when this myth came to be, our ancestors helped each other all the time. There were things like barn raisings, where they'd have a party, and within a day they would have a barn built. They would share food if someone ran short. We've been helping each other all the time, forever. And yet this idea of rugged individualism, that anyone and everyone can do it alone, is a myth. And if they do it, they may do it. There are people that do it, but I don't know that they're happier than the people that can help. It seems because how we are wired is to be connected to each other. How we are wired is to survive in community. And in past times, when things were a lot more dangerous in the natural world, we rarely lived alone. We were always in community because there was security in numbers. So then we come to community, and what does community do for us? And it is essential for healing the myth of rugged individualism. Even our purpose statement, celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of all of life, knowing the oneness that we share, that quality that lives within us at some level in our psyche, in our being. So finding that oneness and getting past the challenge of being vulnerable. I have this talk much more memorized than I thought. So, I already said that. Okay, I want to give you an example. Some of you remember, I don't know how many years ago, this probably ended during during COVID, the pandemic. There was a group of people at the Celebration Center that it was Andy and Ed that started it. It was called SOCA. And I think it was as SOCA, Seniors of a Certain Age. The other title version was Seniors with a Certain Attitude. And this group would get together monthly, and they met in Ed and Diane's home, and they would go around, they would go around the circle and just share, what's going on in your life and what are your challenges, what are your successes, things like that. And most of the time that they met, there was only the last few years that I was old enough to participate. There was an age thing. I'm sure they wouldn't have turned anybody away, but when I went to one of those meetings, I was blown away by the collective wisdom in the group. It's like, wow, this is a huge resource. People with life experience. People that have lived through not only decades and changes and wars and peace and personal struggles and loss. It is a huge resource that our society doesn't really recognize very much. And I felt honored to be there. And instead of viewing their challenges and pain as punishment or some solitary burden, The spiritual community helped each other as they shared and recognized that in sharing, there were deep insights revealed and growth potential was explored, and they shifted perspectives often. They shifted perspectives. When you hear someone else's story, you glean the wisdom from their life. It's a beautiful thing. So the thing that also struck me is that there's no spiritual bypass going on here. There's no there's no tendency to, okay, let's pray about it. I mean, no, there's anything wrong with praying about something, but we need to process our experiences and then pray. We need to process the emotional component of the experience, to share it, to talk about it, and then pray. And the beauty of a group like that is that they create a safe space for that kind of sharing. It's a compassionate space. And it diminishes any power that somebody may have, because sometimes, I've done this where I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by what I'm going through. I'm a practitioner. I should know better. I can do better. I shouldn't be here. And yet I'm human. And so it's not helpful to hold it in as a secret. So I have people I'll go to share, okay, I'm struggling here. Help me out here. Help me process this. How can I reframe this? And that is the beauty of spiritual community. And so as we become more willing to move past the rugged individualism, the vulnerability, and admit we're imperfect, our spiritual community can help us accept ourselves, our imperfections, help us love ourselves as we are loved and as we love. Okay, so I just want to mention a couple of things that go on here at the Celebration Center in community, in case you didn't know. So we have the Healing Circle on Tuesday evenings, and that's also the first Sunday of the month after the service, following the Power of Eight book by Lynn McTaggart, where her research showed that people coming together amplify energy, amplify healing energy. We also have, we just finished our book group with the Joe Dispenza book, again, in community, sharing ideas, sharing stories of life, and just the process of trying to expand our consciousness. We'll be doing another book group before too long, or possibly a class. Our discussion group, let's talk about God. Again, people sharing from their perspectives, what they know, what they understand, and listening to others, same thing, hearing stories, moving forward in a new way, perhaps. There's the chain reaction meditation Monday through Friday at 2:00. That here's a synchronicity. So 2:00 our time, I believe that's 7:00 London time. Pam Gregory, who I mentioned, the astrologer, she's British, and she has a meditation for 15 minutes every day, every evening, from 7 to 7:15, which lines up with the chain reaction meditation that Irina started, or the Ukrainian practitioners started. So how wonderful is that there's things going on. All right. So, we don't really have time to do my little ceremony, so I'll save that for next time. But I want you to, in your mind right now, as I go into prayer, think about some of the things that you struggle with, whether you call them imperfections or flaws or whatever. Just kind of think about them. And we don't like to think about that, do we? my flaws and my imperfections. We want to hide that. Well, right now, just nobody's going to know. It's all in your own mind. Just think about that, anything that you're struggling with, and bring it into your heart space. And so we go into prayer, and what I know is that life is evolving because spirit is always evolving. Spirit is always finding a new perspective, a new way of being, a new creative expression, something that is expanding life. The potentials of life are expanding right now as we embrace ourselves fully. We don't want to leave any part of who we are behind because we are spiritual beings. We are an expression of the divine. And so every aspect of our being is divine, even the parts we don't like, even the imperfections that may hold us back. And so as we recognize ourselves and just soften that judgment about us, about others, and remember the quality of oneness, we take a forward step. Every time we embrace ourselves more fully, allowing us to embrace others more fully, we take a forward step. And so it's from this place of connection, as we each hold that precious something in our hearts, that we relax, because there's no pressure about any of this. We relax and we breathe, and we find a place so soothing within the heart space, within that expanding heart, to just be. And it is from that place of centering and being more comfortable that we can't help but feel grateful. Grateful for the willingness to look at ourselves, to look at life, to explore new possibilities, to know that there's always something available to inspire us. Whether it's a person, whether it's a book, whether it's an idea, whether it's something that shows up on your YouTube feed, there's always something to support us, expand our consciousness, and allow us to love life a little more. And so I release these words into that law that's listening, that responds to what we believe. And I believe we are connected, that love is the foundation of our connection. And so it is. Thank you all for your attention. So remember that the song, Even You, is coming up. Tom Prasada. He wrote the song to the person in the protest who said, whose protest sign said, "Sacrifice the weak."
You hold up your protest sign. It feels like the end of time. It's looking real tough tonight. in the land of the free. It's right on my Facebook feed, all there for the world to see. And my heart starts to bleed. So this is from me. Whoever you are, whatever you've done, it's nothing that you can't overcome. Whatever it is, you're still going through. Even so, even now, even you. The world makes us enemies. That's not who you are to me. And I will still believe that we could be friends. I'm sure that you're struggling now. You know I am too, and how. So let's make a simple vow. It's not how this ends. Whoever you are, whatever you've done, it's nothing that you can't overcome. Whatever it is, you're still going through. Even so, even now, even you. When it's impossible to right the wrong, there's still a refuge where we both belong. And whatever that is, we'll make it through. Even so, even now, even you. Even so, even me, even you.
Thank you, Lynn. Let's give her more love. And Jen. Thank you, Jen. So in my own mind, and maybe I think it could be in all of our minds, I think of Jen as the CVO of the Celebration Center, Chief Visionary Officer.
Thank you.
Okay, looking out. One of the great things about being a host is that you keep going up and down. And every time I come back up, I see new faces here. Well, not brand new. I mean, not new to me. I see more people here. And so that's really nice. It starts out with about 3 people usually. And now we have multiple times 3. So I can see that nobody is here for the first and second time, but if you're online and would like to get to know us, we would really appreciate it. You can send us your name and email in the chat, or you can fill out, well, if you were here, you could fill out this guest card, but you can also do that online. And if you let us know your email, we will send you an amazing newsletter. But, okay, we might not have any new people, but does anybody have anything they want to say? I don't know. Nobody? Okay. That's all right. This is the time in our service for our gifts and offerings. We're a tithing community and rely on tithes and gifts from our congregation. Please know that your presence, as well as the love, time, talent, and treasure that you bring, is a gift to our community, and we are grateful. There are several ways you can give. If you're in person, you can drop your donation in the basket at that table there. If you're online, you can scan the QR code, or you can visit our website and click on the Give button. And you're also, of course, welcome to mail your gift in and can find our address at our website. And now for the announcements. I'm sure you've heard this. We're having our 40th birthday party on October 25th, 2 to 5. Terry is the entertainment chair, so watch out because she's amazing. She is, if you're interested in being part of the entertainment, talk to her. She may have to put you through a security clearance so you don't divulge it, so she knows that you won't divulge anything before. And of course, you can talk to Ingy and Joyce, who are the chairs of the party, and it's $40 because we're also doing this as an RSVP. I mean, sorry, when you RSVP, it's $40, and we're also doing this as a fundraiser. And next week, Harrison Snow, my husband, will be the speaker. Yay! And now I'd like to welcome Lynn back.
Here's Our Loving Will Change the World by Ricky Byers.
Wait. Rich is coming up.
Isn't that interesting?
It sure is.
To make a point, yeah.
I did that on purpose.
Join me in saying our offertory affirmation together aloud. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We now bless all the gifts that are donated now or coming into the center, as we know they are generously given from the Spirit and love within as we practice the law of circulation. Money is energy. We express gratitude for this flow of energy of good that is motivated by love and spirit within. These gifts come into the center and go back out to the community to its benefit, and then come back to us multiplied as good is multiplied. We know that all the prayer requests submitted or in submission are answered as they are thought and written. Everyone asking a request is already blessed and divine. And these prayers and affirmations are set in motion right now. I give thanks that this is so, and so it is. Now we can go to Lynn.
Here's Our Loving Will Change the World by Ricky Byers. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Love, our loving will change the world. Share, share, share
share who you are. Share, share, share when it's hard to share. Share, our sharing will change the world. Care, care, care for each other. Care, care, care for those in need. Care, our caring will change the world. Find me there, singing for you, heart wide open with what we came to do. The wind in the leaves sings a melody true. Love everybody, let the love shine through. Everybody now sing, sing, sing all together. Sing, sing, sing when it's hard to sing. Sing, your singing will change the world. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Love, our loving will change the world. Our caring will change the world. Our sharing will change the world. Our singing will change the world. Our loving will change the world.
Thank you, Lynn. I invite you to stand up for our closing affirmation. I embrace the imperfections in myself and everyone else.
I embrace the imperfections in myself and everyone else.
I know I am perfectly imperfect.
I know I am perfectly imperfect.
I love myself
I love myself
and others.
and others.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Aloha.